Well, the copy of gCADPlus that I have here is running on a Mac under Crossover as its Windows emulator, and I'm able to run any of the templates like so. So now there are two drawings or designs in operation, both called no name for the moment. So gCADPlus is running well in this environment. If I go to Library and Plants, I can scroll up and down through the plant symbols that are installed. So we're happy with gCADPlus. Let's close from here now. And I've been in demo mode, so I'll just go OK, and we drop out. So gCADPlus installs into a bottle, in a crossover bottle, and you can see here I have two of them. An earlier version of gCADPlus was called GardenCAD, and now GardenCADPlus is our current software. So you can see I have two bottles here. What I want to show you is that even though that was a good installation of gCADPlus, was not causing any problems whatsoever, but if I go to Finder and I go to, I'm in the Downloads folder for the moment, but I go to my own folder here and we click under Documents, so if we go to so if we go to search in Finder for gCADPlus and hit enter, Finder finds two folders called gCADPlus. And let's have a look at the info of the first of them. And it's living on iCloud. So the installation process has made two installations of it. One in the backup iDrive, and in this one under my username and Crossover. So if you want to really clean things out in the gCADPlus environment, you need, I think, to make sure after you've uninstalled the software, and let's do that. We just automatically remove the application and then finish. What I want to do is go back to Finder again, and I'll go into my folder and just search for gCADPlus. You can see there's still, even though we've run the file, there's still two folders there. So that's the iCloud one, and this one here's just got a tiny bit of information. So you can see the uninstall program got rid of most of the gCADPlus files, but not all of them in my own particular area, but didn't get rid of the ones in the iDrive folder. So I'm now going to send those to trash. I think it's probably a good idea to send all of these to trash now, and they're all gone. So now we can reinstall gCADPlus in the usual way, and then, so let's now do that. So we'll click on Crossover. Oh, before we do, we remove the gCADPlus bottle. That is now gone. Well, I've installed gCADPlus on this computer, and if I run it, the program will load, and I'll go into demo mode. Notice this initializing. This will take just a few seconds of your time. All the spaces and files that gCADPlus uses, like its symbol files, are now being created and put into the appropriate space. I'll go into demo mode and we'll just test gCADPlus out by running one of the wizards that's there, Rear Garden Art Deco. That works nicely. And if we go to Library, Plants, all the symbols are there. So gCADPlus is finding things really nicely. I'll close gCADPlus now, exit from it. And we've been alerted to a situation where gCADPlus is not finding its library files and some other important information. What I want to demonstrate to you is that if we go into Finder and I go to my folder here and we search in my home area and I search for gCADPlus, it finds two folders containing gCADPlus plus a configuration file and so on. If I right click and go to Properties or get information of the first of these, it's in my user area, application and so on. So we're happy with that one. Let's get information on the second of them. And you can see that it's living in the iCloud drive. So there are two copies of the software. Now, if you're having any difficulty with gCADPlus not finding files, I would suggest you remove both of these using Finder and do a clean install. What we will do now is to uninstall gCADPlus, and then we'll uninstall, then we'll remove the gCADPlus bottle. We'll just have a look on the Finder and search for gCADPlus just to make sure that we've removed everything ready for a fresh install. So here we go, uninstall. This runs quickly. And we can finish. The next step is to get rid of the so-called bottle. So I click on it, delete it. It's suggesting it's going to remove all of the information, and I'm very happy with that. Let's do it. But I'm a little apprehensive it may not have removed all the information. Let's go into Finder, go to my home area and search for gCADPlus just like we did before. And remember, we found two folders. Now we've got one folder left. Let's have a look at the info. Where does it live? It's living in iCloud. So you can see that the uninstall and the removal of the gCADPlus bottle didn't get rid of all the information we wanted. So what I'm going to do now is just Shift hold those down and send those to trash. That's got rid of it. So all traces of gCADPlus have now been removed from this computer, and now's the time to start with an upgrade or a new version or a clean version. So I hope that assists. Or once Finder is activated, we can go to my own local area and type gCADPlus, and we'll see if we've got rid of everything. And we're doing quite well. We have a couple of files left and they can be sent. And they can be deleted by dropping them in the bin. And we have a couple of files left. Let's grab them and move them to trash. So we have an absolutely clean environment now ready to install gCADPlus again. And just to remind you, you start crossover, you go configure, install software. What you don't do if you're working in the metric area is type gCADPlus, because that will automatically install only the USA version of it, so your symbols won't come in the correct size. There's no difference between the application itself, but the size of symbols, and some of the templates are completely different and organised for work in feet and inches. So follow, let me escape from there, follow the usual technique where we choose our installer file. We've downloaded it, it's been expanded, we're saying use this installer. Then we select a bottle, the default is just Windows 7. You can try some of the others if you want. And gCADPlus, continue, and click here, then you can say continue again, or go up there to install and finish, and we'll install. There's a little time will elapse while this happens. So now we go through the setup. I'm accepting all the defaults. I'm going to take this tick box off. That'll give the installer, the crossover, enough time to do everything, clean everything up. And that's now done. You'll notice over here, we now have a new bottle, gCADPlus, and we can run it. Not a lot of point in doing that. I'm confident that it will work well.